So, with the games that you've had so far, what have you seen from the team?
Just our teams continuing to get to understand each other, and play with each other. I thought the first half against Houston, I thought we played pretty well. The soccer was pretty good. We showed a way to win the game against Charleston, which isn't always easy when you play a USL team because they're highly motivated. So continuing to find ways to get results is important, and continuing to play where we get to understand each other's tendencies and so forth, because there's still a lot of new players getting to know each other.
With one more match before the regular season, what will you be looking for?
Well, looking for basically a continuation of that, we got to put our lineup together for the game on Saturday. The eye towards getting ourselves minutes together, looking at what the starting lineup's going to be. Obviously, we don't have Clint still right now, so that's something we're going to have to mix in later. And we've got to see how many minutes he plays in the week leading up to the opening game. And we also have to be careful to make sure that, somebody that's got maybe a little bit of a twinge or so forth, that doesn't become worse, because we want to make sure we go into the game as healthy as possible. And we want to be fresh going into the game. We don't want to be tired coming out of preseason.
What is sort of the timing with Clint, both sort of arrival and potential availability?
Well, Clint's, obviously he's got a game this weekend. They play against Chelsea. I think it's Chelsea that they're playing against. And so he's got that game, and then there's the game, against the Ukraine and Cyprus. So Clint's, he's one of the players that's being nominated for that. So we're actually the only MLS team that's impacted of all the teams, because none of the other MLS players are getting called in, with the exception, I think, of Michael Bradley, and they don't have a game. So we got to see how many minutes he plays against Chelsea. We got to see how many minutes he plays against the Ukraine. Obviously from the Ukraine, he's due back in the U.S. on Thursday, but that's a full day's worth of flying from Cyprus to get back, and we got to see how he feels. Because the one thing we don't want to do is overload him and get him injured. Because we got a lot of games after the first game of the year. That's not gonna be the end of the season.
This time last year in the desert, we were sort of talking about, it was clear that DeAndre Yedlin had inserted himself maybe and was going to be a player in maybe a way that you hadn't expected when camp had started. Any equivalent to that this season? Anybody sort of breaking through?
Different people are stepping up at different times. Sean Nicoli has definitely pushed his way forward a little bit with his performances. I think he's been pretty, consistent and continues to push ahead. I think Dylan Remick has done really well, the opportunities he's been given, where, started off maybe a little bit slowly. The injury to Leo gave him the opportunity to keep playing and getting playing time, but I think he's done really well in preseason, also for us, and then obviously there's other guys who are new guys, like a Chad Marshall and people like that, who are making their impression felt onto the first team. But of maybe the younger guys or the unknown guys, it's probably Remick and Nicoli right now who've pushed forward the most.
Finally, I know it's obviously just a training game kind of thing, but come Saturday you'll face Eddie Johnson again. Does that have any meaning, and would you very much not like to see him doing a goal celebration on Saturday?
No, I mean, we wish the best for Eddie. Me and Eddie we talked a couple of times, in and around the games that have been played. I know a few of our guys have gotten together with him, and guys have talked to him and seen him and so forth. So there's, we wish him the best, but not against us. And I'm sure he wishes us the best, but not against him. So, but that's normal. That's just the way it is.
You guys have a chance to win a championship on Saturday. Does the result of that game matter at all in the preparation?
I think the importance of it for us in the preparation period is just to continue to figure out ways to win games and to get results, and that's something that we've talked a lot about, that, we got to keep our heads up. We got to keep battling for each other no matter what adversity happens, or when things go right or when things go wrong. We've got to continue to be there for each other and battle through. And, that's what we've done so far, in terms of getting results all the way through, even when we maybe haven't played our best soccer, and we got to continue to do that.
And when that lineup is released, can fans kind of look at that and think this is Ziggy's first 11 for the most part?
They can if they want to, but fans are gonna fans are gonna speculate as it is anyway. You know, you sit there. That's what fans are, and that's what fans do. They sit there and go, "Why is he starting him? I'd be starting him." And you know, but there's a lot of things to it. There's how people mix together, what the right balance is in terms of defending players, attacking players, what the right mix of players are, how guys are dealing with injuries and coming back from injuries. All of those are things that factor into it. So it'll probably be a close approximation, but it might not be the perfect end product.
And also one thing, I think a week or so ago you had hinted that you were looking for another sort of scrimmage kind of game while here. Is that going to happen?
Yeah, that's still something that's in the works that we might play Saturday morning, that we might play like a 60-minute game against a college team. So that's something that we're trying to finalize hopefully today, if that's going to happen or not. Okay. Okay, great. Thanks.
Give your full 90 with the Sounders FC mobile app, featuring live audio, matchday blog, and much more to keep you connected. Download your app at soundersfc.com/mobile.